Most people think the secret to waking up energized is sleeping more hours. But here's the plot twist. Some of the most exhausted people I meet are the ones who sleep the longest. Sounds wrong, right? But if you've ever slept 9 or 10 hours and still felt like your brain was stuck in airplane mode, you already know it's true. And the real reason why might shock you. See, your body doesn't care about the quantity of hours you sleep nearly as much as it cares about the quality. And the difference between the two is the reason some people wake up ready to conquer the world and others wake up feeling like a half-charged smartphone. And here's the funny part. Most of us are making the same 3 mistakes that secretly destroy our sleep quality without even realizing it. Mistakes that trick you into thinking you need more sleep when what you really need is better sleep. Let me give you an example. Picture someone scrolling on their phone at midnight, telling themselves just 5 more minutes, but those 5 minutes turn into 45. Blue light hits the brain, cortisol rises, melatonin drops like a rock, and suddenly their sleep cycles get pushed out of alignment. Now they wake up feeling tired, blame it on not enough sleep, and try sleeping longer, which only makes the cycle worse. Sound familiar? Yeah, it hits all of us at some point. But here's where it gets interesting. Research shows that when your circadian rhythm is synced properly, your sleep cycles become more efficient, meaning your body repairs itself faster, your brain clears toxins better, and your energy levels spike higher, even if you're technically sleeping fewer total hours. That's why some people thrive on 6.5 or 7 hours and still feel incredible. Their sleep architecture is dialed in, and their hormones are actually doing their job. And if you're wondering whether this applies to you, here's a quick gut check. Do you wake up groggy even after a full night's sleep? Do you need caffeine just to feel normal? Do you feel more tired on weekends even though you sleep longer? If yes, that's not a lack of sleep problem. That's a circadian rhythm problem disguised as, I just need more sleep. Here's the empowering part. Once you understand the science, you can flip the script. You can actually train your body to sleep less while waking up more refreshed. Not by hacking biology, not by forcing yourself to power through, but by working with your natural hormonal cycles. It's like tuning a piano, same instrument, completely different performance. And the moment people fix this, everything changes. Their morning energy shoots up, their focus sharpens, their mood stabilizes. They start waking up before their alarm without feeling like their soul is leaving their body. It's one of the most underrated health transformations ever, and most people still don't know why it works. Quality beats quantity because your body isn't counting hours, it's completing missions. Every night, your brain and body move through a series of sleep cycles, each with its own job. Repairing muscles, regulating hormones, consolidating memories, clearing out toxic waste, restoring emotional balance. When these cycles run smoothly, you wake up feeling sharp, refreshed, and genuinely recharged. But when they're disrupted, even if you sleep longer, your body can't finish the work. And that's why someone who sleeps 7 hours with clean, efficient sleep cycles can feel dramatically better than someone who sleeps 9 or 10 hours with fragmented, low-quality sleep. Most people assume energy comes from simply being unconscious for a certain number of hours. But the real magic happens in the architecture of your sleep, how well your body moves from light sleep to deep sleep to REM and back again. Deep sleep is where tissue repair happens. Your immune system strengthens and growth hormone surges. REM is where emotional processing, creativity, and cognitive restoration occur. If your sleep is poor, you get stuck in the shallow stages and barely touch the stages your body depends on to reset. It's like charging your phone for 8 hours, but the cable isn't fully plugged in. Technically, it's charging, but the battery barely moves. And the things that ruin these cycles are often invisible. Stress hormones like cortisol linger too high at night. Blue light confuses your internal clock and suppresses melatonin. Eating too close to bedtime forces your body to digest when it should be repairing. Even minor disruptions like temperature changes, noise, or inconsistent sleep times can pull you out of deep sleep before your body completes its work. You wake up feeling tired for no reason, but there's always a reason. Your sleep wasn't high quality enough for your brain to finish its nightly checklist. The opposite is also true. When your sleep quality is high, your body becomes incredibly efficient, your brain drops into deep sleep faster, your REM cycles become richer, your hormones synchronize like a well-conducted orchestra. Even if you sleep fewer hours, the restoration is deeper. Athletes experience this all the time. With optimized sleep hygiene, they often feel more energized on 7 hours of clean, uninterrupted sleep than on 9 chaotic hours. Their bodies simply perform the same amount of recovery work more efficiently. There's also a huge hormonal component. When sleep quality improves, melatonin rises naturally at night, cortisol peaks early in the morning, serotonin and dopamine balance out, and your circadian rhythm resets itself into a healthy pattern. This rhythm controls nearly every system in your body: metabolism, mood, hunger, focus, immunity. So when sleep quality gets better, everything else gets better too. You don't just wake up energized, you wake up more stable, calmer, clearer, and mentally stronger. People are shocked when they discover that high quality sleep makes them wake up before the alarm and feel fully alive. They think they suddenly need less sleep, but in reality, they're finally experiencing what efficient sleep feels like. Your body isn't begging for extra hours because it's no longer struggling through dysfunctional cycles. This is why improving sleep quality is far more powerful than simply adding more sleep time. Quality sleep rebuilds you. Quantity alone just keeps you unconscious. Circadian rhythm alignment is one of the most powerful, underrated forces in human health, and most people don't even realize how deeply it influences their energy. Your circadian rhythm is your internal 24-hour biological clock, and it controls far more than just sleep. It dictates when your hormones rise and fall, when your brain feels alert or foggy, when your metabolism speeds up or slows down, and even when your body is primed to repair itself. When this rhythm is synced properly, your sleep becomes more efficient because your body is already biologically prepared for rest. But when it's misaligned, even by a few hours, your sleep cycles become chaotic, fragmented, and less restorative, no matter how long you stay in bed. Think of your circadian rhythm as your body's master schedule. Melatonin is supposed to rise at night, gently pulling you towards sleep. Cortisol is supposed to rise in the morning, pushing you into wakefulness. But things like late night screen time, irregular sleep, schedules, stress, caffeine timing, and artificial light confuse your internal clock. When this happens, your body releases these hormones at the wrong times. Melatonin rises too late. Cortisol stays high at night. The result? You fall asleep later, toss and turn more, wake up groggy, and feel unexplainably exhausted during the day. And your instinct is to blame it on not getting enough sleep, so you try sleeping longer, but misaligned circadian rhythms don't fix themselves with extra hours. They need timing, not time. When your circadian rhythm is aligned, your body practically escorts you into sleep. Melatonin increases naturally as the evening darkens. Body temperature drops. Brain waves begin shifting towards slower frequencies. Your sleep cycles strengthen because your brain knows exactly when to enter deep sleep and when to transition into REM. You wake up in the morning feeling more alert, not because you forced yourself to sleep longer, but because your hormones supported your sleep instead of fighting against it. It's like stepping onto a moving walkway instead of trying to run on concrete. The same effort suddenly feels easier. There's also a big neurological component. A well-aligned circadian rhythm optimizes the function of the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain's master clock located in the hypothalamus. When this area receives consistent cues from your environment, such as morning sunlight and predictable sleep times, it synchronizes all of your body's mini clocks found in every organ. Your liver, gut, heart, muscles, and even your immune cells operate on timing signal. When everything is running in sync, your physiological systems become more efficient, digestion improves, hormonal balance stabilizes, cognitive clarity increases, emotional resilience strengthens. All of this contributes to better sleep quality, which then amplifies your daytime energy. People often say, I sleep 8 or 9 hours, but still wake up tired. That's almost always a circadian misalignment problem. Their body is sleeping at irregular hours, which means their hormones can't prepare them properly for either sleep or wakefulness. The brain doesn't enter deep sleep as easily, and REM cycles get delayed or shortened. But when they fix the rhythm, consistent sleep times, morning light exposure, reduced late night light, controlled caffeine and stress, something dramatic happens. They start waking up earlier with more energy, even though they're sleeping fewer total hours. It feels like a miracle, but it's really just biology returning to its natural rhythm. This is why circadian alignment is the true foundation of waking up energized. Once your internal clock is working with you instead of against you, your sleep becomes more restorative, your mornings feel lighter, and your energy feels effortless rather than forced. Small daily habits have a massive impact on your sleep efficiency because your body responds to patterns far more than it responds to intention. You can want great sleep, but unless your habits support your biology, your body can't activate the hormonal rhythms that make high-quality sleep possible. The good news is that your system is incredibly adaptable. With just a few consistent behaviors, you can retrain your internal clock, reset your hormones, and actually sleep fewer hours while waking up with more stable, long-lasting energy. It doesn't require hacks or extreme routines. It requires alignment with how your brain is wired to function. Every small habit you perform sends a signal to your circadian rhythm. Morning sunlight exposure tells your brain, this is daytime, wake up fully. That simple cue suppresses melatonin, boosts serotonin, and sets an internal 16-hour countdown timer for the release of melatonin at night. This one habit alone can help you fall asleep faster and enter deep sleep more efficiently. Likewise, consistent meal timing anchors your peripheral clocks, the tiny molecular clocks in your liver, gut, and muscles. When you eat late at night, you confuse those systems and force them to work during hours when they should be resting and repairing. But when your meals occur at predictable times, your organs sync up with your sleep schedule, making your recovery smoother and your energy more stable. Then there's the effect of movement. Exercise, even in moderate amounts, increases sleep pressure, the biological drive that helps you fall asleep deeply and naturally. But the timing matters. Morning or early afternoon movement supports your circadian rhythm, boosts daytime alertness, and reinforces the proper nighttime wind down of hormones. Late night workouts, on the other hand, elevate cortisol and dopamine at the exact time your body should be lowering them. A simple shift of movement into earlier hours can dramatically improve the quality of your sleep cycles, even if you sleep the same amount of time. Caffeine is another habit with outsized influence. It blocks adenosine, the chemical, that builds up in your brain to create sleep pressure. When caffeine is used early in the day, your body has time to metabolize it before bed. But caffeine used late, even 6 hours before sleep, can weaken your deep sleep without you noticing. You might think you slept fine, but the next morning you feel dull, heavy, or slow. Adjusting your caffeine timing can restore deep sleep and increase next day alertness without needing extra hours in bed. Nighttime habits matter just as much. Room temperature, light exposure, and stimulatory behaviors all influence melatonin production. A cooler environment signals your body to transition into sleep more efficiently. Darkness tells your brain that it's time for melatonin to rise. And avoiding stimulating activities like intense conversations, stressful work, or doom scrolling keeps your cortisol from spiking at the wrong time. Each minor adjustment strengthens your internal rhythm, making your sleep cycles more predictable and more restorative. When you stack these small habits together, your body begins to function the way it was designed to. Your hormones rise and fall on schedule. Your sleep cycles deepen. Your energy becomes steady rather than reactive. You start waking up feeling refreshed, not because you slept longer, but because the sleep you did get was higher quality, the kind that actually rebuilds your brain and body. When you put it all together, it becomes clear waking up energized isn't about forcing yourself to sleep longer or pushing through exhaustion. It's about understanding how your body actually works, prioritizing sleep quality over quantity, syncing your circadian rhythm, and building small, consistent habits that support your biology. Once you start respecting these natural rhythms, everything changes. Your mornings feel lighter, your focus sharpens, your mood stabilizes, and your energy lasts all day without relying on caffeine or willpower. This isn't a gimmick or a quick fix, it's science working in your favor. And the best part, you have the power to make it happen, starting tonight.